Thank you for viewing my USAePay Console version 2 video. My name is Joey Fitzgibbons. In this video, I will be going over the merchant's welcome experience with USAePay, their signing into the gateway for the first time, what the new Console version 2 dashboard looks like, running transactions, looking up transactions, and finally settling their batch. So first off, when we sign up a merchant with USAePay, they will receive 2 emails. These are important emails. The first email they receive will contain a source key, which is information used to connect the merchant's shopping cart or their mobile application to the USAePay gateway. It'll come from support@usaepay.com, and this is some important information that they will use to connect external solutions to the USAePay gateway. Very important, they should not lose these emails. Additionally, if they need to create source keys, they can do so right from the gateway. The second email they will receive, which also comes from support@usaepay.com, will contain some important instructions for the merchant as well as an attachment containing their username and password. Some of the important things that USAePay would like for your merchant to know are the URL they would use to log in, having to change their password every 90 days, where they can run transactions, which is the virtual terminal, which we will go over in this video. The importance of closing their batch, being able to set up their gateway to automatically settle. That is something we set up our merchants to do at 11 p.m. Eastern. However, if you have a specific time, let our tech team know and we'll have the merchants set up as such. Also, the email explains how to search for transactions, reports, and it goes over the source keys as well. At the bottom, you'll find the attachment. If you open that up, inside you will find the username and password. Keep in mind this is a one-time first use password. After the merchant logs in, they will have to update their password information. So, we've received the welcome letter. Let's log in. The URL is https://secure.usaepay.com/login. They will put in their username. They will put in their password. Now, the first time they log in, the system will ask them to review the terms and services of using the gateway and accept them, as with any gateway. Once they accept them, they will go right to the dashboard of the new console. If you are familiar with USAePay, you will recognize right away that this looks dramatically different from the original console. So this is the dashboard, and it's customizable in that I can move these pieces around. They're called widgets. So this news feed right here doesn't do me much good. What I can do is take the simple charge widget, move that up there, and now when I log in, this will be right at the top and I can run credit card transactions right from here. Alternatively, I could also remove things. So I don't need this clock. I've got a wristwatch on and my computer tells me what time it is. I can remove this clock by hitting this puzzle piece up here in the right-hand corner. It says widget menu. You'll see I can turn off and on all of these individual pieces. I'm going to turn off the clock. Great, I've turned it off. Now I can close this menu. So from here, right away, I can run a card. This first box is for the credit card number. The next box is the expiration date, the CVV code, an amount. I can attach a name if I would like. And I can enter in an address. Once I've confirmed all this information is correct, I can hit pay. and the card has been charged successfully. This is just one way to run a card. Alternatively, when a merchant logs in, they can go to Transactions on this left-hand side, and they can hit New Order. The New Order screen is more robust than the simple charge, as you can tell. Right away, it asks for more pieces of information, such as invoice number, if there is one associated with the order, a PO number. If you're taking a business card, you can enter that as well. An order ID, if I have specific order ID reference information I'd like to use. And I can add line items to this order to add up a subtotal. That way a merchant could customize the gateway with their products. Alternatively, I could turn off that ability by hitting this checkbox and simply enter a subtotal to be charged. I could also add a discount rate if I was giving a promotion to a customer. I can add a tip amount and it'll charge it all at once. I could also add a tax if this is a business transaction or if tax is otherwise necessary. Also, I can make notes, which will be stuck to this sale. And after hitting next, I can either search for customers that I already, if I've been using the gateway, have already entered into the system, or I can just enter in some information. I could even enter in their phone number and fax number, email address, their website, and all of that will be on the transaction going forward. I could also save it to the database by clicking this button here. But I'm ready to move on, so I will hit next. And finally, this is where I enter the credit card information. If I wanted to only get an authorization and not eventually settle this transaction, I could check this box here. But I want to run a sale, so I will hit Process. The card has been approved. As you can see, here are the details of the transaction. From here, I could go straight to the batch manager where I could view the open batch and look at closed batches. I could print the receipt, I could email the receipt, or I could start a new transaction. I'm simply going to close this menu. I could also do an authorization only from this section of the menu. I could run a refund from here as well. So let's look at our batches. You can do so by hitting this button right here and then clicking on Batch Manager. And it will bring me to my open batch. And you will see it'll have some stats about the transactions, the sources, types of cards, a nice chart, very visual. And then below you will have each transaction listed out. You can click on a transaction and it'll show you details. And from here you have many options on things you can, or actions you can perform off of looking at this transaction, such as making another sale, emailing, printing the receipts, blocking the card in the future. I could void this transaction from here as well. And also, you'll have other information about the card itself here as well, in case the merchant needs to know these things. Pretty great. So let's go back to the batch manager. Let's say I wanted to look at older transactions. From the batch manager, you would click on this batch history button. And you will see a little menu pops up where I can look at the current batch. Again, if I wasn't already looking at the current batch, I could also look at closed batches, or I could also look at all batches, whether open or closed. And if you click on closed batches, it'll give you a time frame to search. However, I'm a new merchant, I have no closed batches. So I will go back to the current batch. Alternatively, if I wanted to look up transactions using specific pieces of information such as the cardholder's name or the card number or the amount, you can click on this search button right here. And you could type in that information into this bar, hit enter, and your results will pop. Let's say I want to close this batch. I'm at the end of the day. I can hit close batch, follow the prompts, and the batch will be settled and I will receive funding shortly thereafter. Just know that we set up all merchants to close at around 11 p.m. Eastern Time. If your merchant has a specific time, let us know during the setup phase and we will have the merchant's gateway set up to close at whatever time necessary. This concludes the training video for the USAePay Console version 2. Thank you very much for your business and have a great day.